So we talked about problem solving, which is a very important skill of any software developer. Now, another extremely important developer skill is debugging, which means to find and fix errors. So let's finish this section by talking about debugging to make you ready for the rest of the course ahead. So first of all, as you might already know, a software bug is a defect or a problem in a computer program. So basically, any unexpected or unintended behavior of a program is called a bug. And the actual term bug was coined in the 1940s when this real bug was causing an error in Harvard's computer. Now, there are many reasons for bugs in programs, but what matters here is that bugs are a completely normal part of software development, because we are humans, and humans make mistakes. In fact, every complex application contains bugs, which sometimes go undiscovered for years and can cause security holes or other problems. So really, don't feel bad if you introduce bugs in your own code. We all do it, even the most expert programmers. Now, luckily, not all bugs cause huge security holes. In fact, many bugs are quite small and simple to discover. So let's see a simple example. Remember, in our previous example, the goal was to reverse whatever was passed into the function. So let's say we finished writing the reverse function and call it with this array and get this result. But clearly something is wrong here, right? The returned value looks like scrambled, but not reversed at all. So this means that we must have a bug somewhere in our reverse function. Okay? To fix this, we use a process called debugging, which is essentially finding, fixing, and then preventing bugs. So let's see how that works. So the first step is to actually become aware that there is some kind of bug. Because as I said, in a large application, bugs can actually go undiscovered for years. Now, discovering bugs usually happens during development, using automated testing software, or user reports during production. And bugs that are identified during production are the worst bugs, because it means that they went undiscovered during development and are now affecting real users of our application. So that's why it's really important to identify bugs early, for example, using automated tests. Now, while identifying the bug, sometimes we also need to take into consideration the context in which the bug happened. For example, certain bugs might only happen in a certain browser or only for certain users for some reason. Next, once we know there is a bug, we need to go into our code and find the bug. We need to isolate where exactly it's happening. And we can do that using the developer console that we already know. However, that only works for small bugs in simple code where we have a good idea where the bug might be located. But if the code is more complex and we have no idea where the bug might be, then we need to use a debugger software. And I will show you how that works in the next video, because it's really important for the developer to be able to use a debugger. Anyway, once we know where the bug is located, we can finally fix it. So we can correct the bug. And this is probably the easiest part. So essentially, all we need to do is to replace the existing, so the wrong solution, with a new correct solution that actually works. As a final step, we should then prevent this bug from ever happening again in our codebase. For example, we can search our project for the same bug in similar code, like in a similar function. It's totally possible that we did the same mistake twice in our code. And if that's the case, we must fix the bug everywhere. A more advanced way of preventing bugs is to write tests using testing software. And I might add a bonus section on testing to the course at some point, because this is actually an important part of software development. Okay, and that's it. That's a broad overview of debugging in programming. And we really just scratched the surface here, because you're still at the beginning of the journey. And so this is just an introduction. Anyway, let's now fix some bugs in the next video.